the quote that I've heard many times from several doctors, that most cancer patients today actually die from the treatments as opposed to the cancer itself.
You know, that's not a new idea. That's been clearly described in many publications, and it's not surprising because these are toxic treatments. And what I say to my patients when they're going to go see an oncologist is ask the oncologist a couple questions. Number one, ask the oncologist how they plan to take care of the patient while killing the cancer. So we know it's a truism in surgery that the surgeon can really say the surgery was successful but the patient died. I mean, that's you know, the surgeon can do a good job, and if the patient dies, it could be the anesthesiologist or something else. So it's not a surprise to hear a surgeon say, it's not a surprise to hear a surgeon say, the surgery was successful but the patient died. And it's the same thing in cancer. You know, I killed the cancer tumor, but the patient dies a terrible, terrible death in the process. It's not okay. It's not the best we can do.
Because the tumor is a symptom of something that's going on in the body, right?
We talked about this a little earlier. Samuel Hahnemann, who was a medical doctor who actually was so frustrated with the standard of care in his day, he gave up his medical practice. He gave up his MD. And he went into and formed a whole field of medicine called homeopathy, which is a whole other topic, but it's a very fruitful study about healing. And one of his favorite quotes is that the symptom is a healing gesture. The body is no dummy. If the body's doing something, it's probably a wise thing. It's maybe not a permanent solution, it's maybe a stopgap solution, but like a fever. Fortunately, if the child has a fever, guess what? The human being can live at a high temperature or a low temperature, but certain bacteria can't. So the fever is a naturally tremendously beneficial symptom which can help the child get healthy, which is why after a fever, our language says, I feel better. Nobody says I had a fever and I'm feeling like I felt before the fever. It's been a cleansing, detoxifying process. Now, of course, too much of a symptom can be, if not lethal, certainly terrible. I mean, Helen Keller is a classic example of too much of a fever. So I'm not advocating for excessive symptoms. But I'm saying if the symptom happens, the body should pay attention. And often it's the, if you will, it's the autopilot telling us dummies, hey, you're not doing something right. So cancer can be seen as a symptom, as a healing gesture.